Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Duels. This week we're going to be taking a look at a subscriber deck submitted to us by Blake Myers, so thank you very much for the deck list. This is actually kind of an outdated one, actually. He sent me it a long time ago, but I'm actually going through my backlog of subscriber decks and trying to get as many of them shown off as possible before Arena ends up being launching, and that ends up being the predominant thing on the channel, I would imagine. Anyway, if you do want to submit a deck for me to play in the future, or on a stream in fact, then you can send me that either in the comment section below, via Twitter, or via email, and my email address is in the description. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get into the Bant Blink deck. See you there. Okay, we're in, and we've got a very heavy hand full of lands and not really doing much else with them, so I'm going to throw it back. This one is pretty much the same sort of thing, except for it actually does something, so we're going to mess around with this one. I'm going to throw down a PianoJester and pass the turn. See what our opponent's on. Plains into Anointer of Champions. Oh, goody, it's White Weenie. Okay, I'm not sure what our matchup is like in this one. Well, we might as well crack the Evolving Wilds, I guess. I don't really want to put down a Thalia's Lieutenant, honestly, so... we have double blue, double green, double white. Doesn't really matter what we take then, I guess. I'll take another white. Hopefully it doesn't matter what we take. Well, I expect that we can play down the Tiles Tracker next turn. Mostly because any removal he might have is probably going to be like Declaration in Stone or something like that. Any removal that hits it immediately, that is, anyway. So we still get our clue off of it, even if it does get removed that way. Knight of the White Orchid. I'm going to have to wait on that one. Okay, let's go Island and Tiles Tracker. Pass the turn. Our opponent is going to be able to get in with the Relic Seeker, which will allow him to get whatever equipment he wants. Not sure that will matter too much. We do have things like Reflector Mage to bounce any equipment off of creatures at the same time. So we'll see. But he's going to get in, and then he can tap and make it a 3-3. And then renown it up to a 4-4. Less than ideal, of course. I'm not sure how much value this Knight is actually going to get for us, especially if our opponent has missed their land drop. They haven't played one yet. So I think I'm actually just going to play down the Knight, and then Thalia's Lieutenant after that. Sigil of Valor. Okay. He gets his own Knight. Aha! Now we get value. Wonderful. Okay, now he plays down the Sigil. So we're going to go Knight, get a land, and then Thalia's Lieutenant. And put a counter on everything. So Knight comes down. Need to make sure it's an untapped white source of some sort. No, that's all we can get. Prairie Stream sounds good to me. Guess there's a clue. And, guess we'll go Hinterland Harbour. Get another clue. I don't think it really matters putting the counters on anything, because he's going to be able to essentially get exalted with the Sigil, which he'll equip to the Relic Seeker, I'm going to assume. Or maybe actually the Knight of the White Orchid. Which is then going to first strike through anything that we have, so... yeah, I don't know if we're going to get the value from that. Let's just, No, we will Thalia's Lieutenant. I was thinking whether or not we wanted to Reflector Mage to put a counter on an extra thing, but... I want to save this until maybe an Angelic Destiny or something like that pops up. We can get in for our 4 with Tiles Tracker. No downside here. Okay. Still not sure what our odds are in this matchup, though. We are going to need to answer some of these creatures. Or at least get a creature that's capable of blocking a one of them with a Sigil of Valor attached, which I think is highly unlikely. But there you go. And a Gideon. Oh dear. Now we got problems. Makes a token. She's going to pump up the knight a little bit more as well. Is this attacking creatures? It is. Okay. Just checking. Well, Anointing's going to tap it down. That means Gideon dies, right? He does. Acrobatic maneuver as well. Exile a creature with control and then flicker it back in. Good. Play our land. Get a clue. So we can bounce any one of his creatures. I'm going probably with the Relic Seeker. We bounce that, pumps up Thalia's Lieutenant. And then he blocks here and will probably acrobatic maneuver and pump out all the team, and then he loses his Gideon. Yeah, let's do that. Bounce Relic Seeker. Get a counter on Thalia's Lieutenant. So no matter where he blocks, Gideon dies. So he'll probably try and trade off with the Lieutenant, and then we'll flicker it and give everything another counter. And he's just going to let it go. Alright. Also works for me just fine. Pass the turn then. So we can actually flicker either the Lieutenant to give the Reflector Mage a pump if we need to do that, or a block and then flicker to slow him down tempo-wise. Gonna go with a Bygone Bishop. Okay. I'm gonna have to bounce that though, because we won't be able to block with Sigil if he equips it over there after this turn. So it's gonna be a block on his knight and then flicker the bishop. Okay. And then acrobatic maneuver. Has he got removal? No. Maybe. He's cracking his clue. Okay. So we avoid the 6 damage, we bounce his flyer, which means he's not getting for 6+ over the top of us later down the line. Really do with a decent card here though. Acrobatic maneuver. That negates a lot of damage again actually, so yeah, I'm happy with that. So we'll play a Prairie Stream, we'll get a clue. And I think crack a clue first, see what we get before we make any decisions. We're definitely getting in because we can actually negate another attack again with this maneuver. Aid from the Cowl as well is awesome. Okay, so we'll attack. If we don't like the look of the blockers, then we can probably combat trick with maneuver if we want to. Crack clues to save the tracker if we need to. Otherwise, we'll just play the Aid from the Cowl. And that'll allow us to get a lot of value, I think. So, swing in there. Because he's going to have to triple block in order to force us to sack a clue. We'll get in here, because then he's going to have to... Well, there's no decent block there at all for him. And I guess we can get in with this dude as well. We might lose him. If we do, I don't think it's the end of the world. Because it gets rid of at least 2 of his creatures. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Knight ally first. And then I think we'll go with Aid from the Cowl. I don't think we can die here. Especially since this is likely to hit some sort of value for us anyway. On our end step, we get another Aid from the Cowl. Alright, onto the battlefield. So if we crack a clue, we get 2 permanents on the field, as long as there is one on top, of course. Our opponent's already had enough. They don't think they can win this. I think we can win this. There's the Bygone Bishop. Okay, is he going to get in? He is. What is its current strength? It's a virtual 5. Virtual 5 for 4 mana. Can he pump it up enough to kill us? I don't think he can, because I want to save the acrobatic maneuver for the Reflector Mage, because it's just going to slow him down significantly. So as long as we don't die here, we should be fine. Looks like we're not going to. Good. Plays down the Relic Seeker. Gets a clue. And then another Relic Seeker. Alright. Ooh, another Reflector Mage. Beautiful. Get a clue. We will crack our clue, trigger that revolt. Yeah, that's fine. It should be anyway. Into a 6/5. There's a Nissa. Did we make our land drop? I don't think... Oh, did we? I can't quite remember. It's kind of important that I know whether or not we did. We've already triggered Revolt. I am terrible for my memory. Right, well, Reflector Mage is going to bounce the Bygone Bishop. And then we're going to go to combat. And I guess we'll swing... Could trade off 1 with this Reflector Mage. We're probably going to block and maneuver the Knight anyway. And we're getting 2 permanents off of here because we've already cracked a clue. So I think we can afford to swing in with another and lose a creature. Or trade a creature at least. Okay, we'll get rid of a Relic Seeker. And then the Anointer of Champions after that. I think we'll pass and play it safe with Maneuver open. Battlefield. Gets a clue. And Declaration in Stone, we'll keep that on top. And we'll draw that off of the Maneuver. So there's no way you can get over the top of any of our stuff. Even if you manage to find some kind of evasion, we've got Maneuver to flicker whatever creature gets evasion to go around us. Another Knight, okay. It's another land. What else do you got? Probably nothing then. Plays a land. And getting in for combat. Alright, we should be able to win here, I think. Oh yeah, we are absolutely going to win. Okay. As long as he doesn't play another creature down anyway. So, gets in for 5. We block. We flicker. Get it out of combat damage range. Draw a card. And then we'll bounce his untapped creature. And then Declaration in Stone any other creature that comes down. And then we've got lethal on board. Knight of Champions. Okay. Cool. And a Johnny. Wonderful. Right, Declaration in Stone is blockers. Crack a clue for giggles. See what we get. Blessed Alliance, wonderful. And swing. And that is game. Very nice. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, one lander, throw it back, not even going to look at it. And this one seems reasonable enough. I'm going to go Canopy Vista and pass. So, what's our opponent playing? Evolving Wilds, multicolored deck. Okay. And the first color is Mountain. Ramp deck, perhaps? Energy deck, also a possibility. Let's play our Recruiter. And we shall pass. I kind of hope that he does play something here because... well, Harness Lightning. I kind of hope he didn't play that, though. I was going to say, because I would like to use his ability. And him flipping doesn't allow me to do that, but he's dead anyway, so... Thalia's Lieutenant. Guess I'll play out the Lieutenant. I need to put some pressure on the board. I don't know how long we're going to have with this deck, but... Lieutenant isn't without value later down the line, because if Reflector Mage finds value, then I can actually play it down, bounce a creature, and pump up the Lieutenant and get in for 2 instead. So he can get quite big after a while. Not interested in cycling out the cast out just yet. Well, there's a Fatal Push. This is actually Grixis control. This cast out, probably going to see some play then, because we're going to have to either get rid of Dynavolt Towers, Planeswalkers, things like that. Crack the Evolving Wilds. Get a green. Pass the turn. No, do I want to play? I'll play Reflector Mage. We want to put some pressure down. Well, he's got his blue down. Around Catacomb and passes. Okay. We'll commit. We can get a little bit controlly in our matchup, it seems. Still going to get in. Hit him for 2. He's probably going to let it go. Yep. He's waiting for a follow-up play that he's not going to see. Fumarole. And passes. Okay. Another Reflector Mage. We're going to get in. Play a land. And... what creatures will he have that I want to bounce? This is the thing, because I think the only creature I can think of off the top of my head is going to be Torrential Gearhulk, and there's no way in hell I'm going to be bouncing that. I'm going to be casting it out instead, or committing it, one or the other. So I guess. If we play a Reflector Mage, though, we can't commit. I'll pass. Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. Let's commit that. We'll cast it out later. If we want to, anyway. Ooh, Cloud Blazer. First time seeing you in a while. Let's get in for 2. Get in with our Cloud Blazer while we have the chance. He might just wipe the board after this, but I think it's worth doing. We know this cast out's being saved for his Jace, which isn't coming next turn, so... Very nice. There's the blue, so we can use memory if that ends up being a thing. I suspect if he wipes the board, then a memory might actually be quite good. Displace. I do like Displace. Okay, well, we have to get in with just the Cloud Blazer because he can suit up the Fumaroles and block, and I don't like that. Or do I like that? Because he can either make it a 1-4 and not lose it but deal no damage, or he can make it a 4-1 and lose it in combat to our Reflector Mage. I feel like I'm fine with that. Let's do that. Gonna go with a Glimmer of Genius. So he's gonna draw that Jace, and then he's gonna either scry to top or bottom one other card then. Harnessed Lightning. How about news, Scott? Let's draw some extra cards, shall we? More lands. Oh, goody. That's what I wanted. So we still got the cast out, ready to go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. If he plays a land, he could have a counter open after he places his Jace. So this cast out might not even resolve. But it would tap him out so that we could go for a memory and refill our hand. If it comes to it. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to pass hold up the cast out. Because we can't cast out and memory next turn if this does end up getting countered. So here comes Jace. In response to his tick up, we're going to cast it out. He's going to counter. Which allows us to memory and refill our hand. Knight of the White Orchid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8. So Glacial Fortress, we need 6. 3, 6, and then we've got 2 left open for the Knight. So yeah, play Knight to get something on the board. And then memory. Refill our hand. Refills his, unfortunately, but gets us our Tameo back and Cloud Blazers and Displaces and all sorts of decently good value stuff. May have been a good idea to swing at the Jace. I'm not sure. We'll see. Because I'm just wondering whether or not actually racing him to his final life total is a little bit better. But he could just have a board wipe here. We can rebuild off of a board wipe to a certain extent. And it might open us up to actually just casting out his Jace as well. Obnixilis. Minuses and kills Cloud Blazer, I guess? Reflector Mage. Alright. Works for me. Brutal Expulsion. Bouncing and killing. Sure. Bounces the Knight. But now he loses his Jace. We're still behind on lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're exactly on par with his lands. Right, well. Cast out. Has to happen. He's getting too close and he's tapped out, so this is the best opportunity to do it. I guess we'll go with the Cloud Blazer. Most mana efficient play, and then we can Evolving Wilds and crack it. In fact, we should probably do that now so we don't land on any of our basics. Get a green. Because Tamio can be killed by a burn spell and his Fumarole. So I would much rather get a creature on the board and also draw some cards as well. Maintaining a decent grip of cards is very good against control. Just get rid of our land drop. Ticks up, goes to 7. Won't be able to do that for very long. Oh, Big Chandra. Yay. Love Big Chandra. Minuses to kill the Cloud Blazer. Aid from the Gowl. Aid from the Cowl is actually really good. Because if we can trigger it, it's going to be a card that can't be countered every single time we do trigger it. So we need to make sure that it gets down on the field. So 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. We could Knight to bait out the counter, which allows us to resolve the Tireless Tracker, which allows us to gain clues in order to aid from the Cowl every single turn. And he just lets that go. Alright. How about this one? I don't let that one go. Clever. In which case, I think I will... We could Tamio tick up on the Knight, which means that when it deals combat damage to one of the tokens that's going to come in, most likely anyway, then we get to draw some cards. This hasn't triggered, so this does nothing. Though, of course, it is the best time to put it down. What's better? You can just minus Obnixilis, tick up and kill Tamio, I guess. He loses his Obnixilis, but he's probably going to be at the point where he don't want to use it, so we'll go with Aid. He becomes less and less effective the lower his life total becomes, and he's not in the colours to gain life, so... Ticking up. And gonna hit us for 3. So we could even Declaration in Stone our own knight to make sure that the aid triggers, and then we've got the clue for the turn after to make sure it continues to trigger. We also have, of course, the bounce, which is the ideal play. So, I guess we... Tamio. Counter. Yep. Jace. Counter. He's probably got them all. Gear Hulk. Yay! How do we survive at this point? You could suicide my knight to get a trigger. Is the card off the top of the aid going to be any better? It could be. Could be a flyer. Could end up being a land though. Could end up just being an acrobatic maneuver. We've drawn a lot of lands, so the chance of it being a land... No, this seems silly. Let's not do that. It's an unorthodox play at the very least. There's an Evolving Wilds. Liliana. Ticking up to make sure our knight does no damage and dies to the elementals. So we're taking 11 here right now. Yep. Dead next turn then. Oh. That's interesting. Don't know why we wouldn't have done that before. So he was just hoping that we'd block with it. It's going to be a 0-1 forever. Oh boy, lands. Love lands, me. They're the best. Well, Declaration in Stone. Keeps us alive. But we're doing nothing. Just to crack his clue. Yep. What's our out here then? Another cast out. It's a temporary out. In fact, actually, it's not even an out because of his fumaroles at this point. So he gets him for 6. You can get him for another further 8. If we drew our fumaroles. If we drew our cast out, sorry. So yeah, I'm not sure what we can have. And top decks of the century, here we go. Pah! Reflector Mage. Acrobatic Maneuver. Get a Plains. Acrobatic Maneuver. Get another Plains. Game hates me. See what we get off the top of the aid? Something good, here we go. Wow. Wow. Really? Bottom of the library, please. Thank you. Never for our Reflector Mage. Flicker it back in. Counters. No. Alright. If he doesn't suit up his fumaroles, we bought a turn. There's disintegration. Alright, well, we're dead. Yeah. Yeah, big Chandra. She's just, she's very good for a reason. And this is the exact reason. She just does far too much damage far too quickly. Alright, well, that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. So if you did enjoy the content and you want to see more, then be sure to like and subscribe, because it lets me know that you're enjoying the series. And if you are enjoying the series and you want to be notified when we get future videos on the channel, then hit that little bell icon right next to the subscription button, and that'll do it just for you. Alright guys, I do hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!